Hi, everybody. My name is Chelsea, and I am the Director of Education at the Unitarian Church in Lincoln. And this is my first time making a video for our Sunday school class. This video is aimed for children kindergarten through fifth grade, but I would think that preschoolers and middle schoolers also could benefit from this lesson today. We're going to be talking a bit about meditation and being quiet, and I think that you might learn a little something. So let's begin by lighting our chalice. And this is the one that my son made in gathering recently. You can say the words from home. We light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. We are a church of open minds. We are a church of loving hearts. We are a church of helping hands. Together we care for our earth and work for justice and peace in our world. I'm going to set that aside. So like I said, today we're going to be talking a little bit about meditation. Do you know what meditation is? Have you heard that word before? What I'm going to talk about today might not be necessarily what you think of meditation as. How many of you think of meditation as just sitting and being totally still and totally quiet? I think that sometimes we get an idea about what something is and it's hard to think of it as something else. But I'm going to be reading a book to you today that might show you a few other ways to meditate. But first, I just want to talk a little bit about that word. You know, it's interesting. We clean up our rooms, we take showers to get the dirt off of our bodies, we brush our teeth, but what about in our minds? What do we do to clear out the clutter and the noise that's in our minds? Imagine all those days and weeks go by and our minds get filled with busy thoughts, plans, stories, memories, something that we worry about, or bad feelings. Meditation is a way of cleaning out our minds. And you know how nice it feels to be in a clean room. Well, meditation is like taking rest in a calm, clean, quiet room. And sometimes meditation might look like just being present, just being in the moment where you are and just looking around what is outside of yourself or looking inside yourself also. So I'm going to read this story called No One But You. And this story is by Douglas Wood. There are so many things in the world, so many important things to be taught, to be shown, but the best things, the most important ones of all, are the ones no one can teach you or show you or explain. No one can discover them but you. No one but you can feel the rain kiss your skin or the wind ruffle your hair. And no one but you can walk through a rain puddle in your bare feet. No one but you can listen with your ears to the song of a red bird in a treetop, or the wind in the pines, or the scolding of a squirrel as he shakes his tail and stamps his feet. No one but you can see the morning sun sparkle on the water as you dangle your toes and watch a sunfish dart behind a stump and see the miraculous marching of a water strider across the surface of a pond. No one but you can gently hold a turtle with your own hands and count the plates on her back and the stripes on her chin, feel the hardness of her shell and the soft scratching of her claws, and imagine what a turtle's life is like as she swims back into the blue-green shadows of her world. Only one person can notice the hum of a bumblebee on a lazy afternoon as he buzzes past your ear on his way to a clover patch, and that someone is no one but you. And who else but you will roll a glistening dewdrop from a rose petal onto your tongue, or savor a red, ripe strawberry, or a golden drop of honey, and know what it tastes like just to you? No one but you can smell the moist earth over a rain shower, after a rain shower, discovering just the way it smells to you, or catch the fragrance of a tulip, or an apple blossom, or even a dandelion. No one else can blow parachute seeds into the wind with your breath, or whistle with a blade of grass held between your two thumbs, or sing your very own song with your very own voice in your very own way. No one but you can hold a puppy in your gentle arms, feel the softness of its muzzle and the warm tickle of its tongue, and make it feel safe and cared for just because it's with you. No one but you can smile just your smile or laugh just your laugh. No one but you can remember your own memories, all the things you've done, all the places you've been, with all your favorite people, and of course, no one but you can make your new memories, the ones yet to come. No one but you can hear chorus frogs singing on a spring night under a blanket of stars, just like you can. No one else in the world can look up at the stars, these stars, right now, with your own eyes, and feel your own special place on this earth. And no one else can wish upon that star, that very one, from just where you stand, and wish your very own wish. No one but you. And no one in all the wide world but you can feel the feelings in your heart, knowing that someone loves you, and saying the words only your lips can say, I love you too. No one but you. And that's the end of our story. So did this story give you any other ideas about what meditation and being quiet might be like? Maybe looking up at the stars or standing by a pond. Personally, I really like to take my camera out in nature, and that's how I quiet my mind sometimes. It's by taking lots of pictures. In fact, there's one right above me right there. That's a lotus flower. That's a picture that I took when I was breathing a lot and being quiet and trying to get just the right picture. So we're going to talk a little bit about breathing here. Let's begin with a very simple meditation exercise. I'm going to introduce you to my bell here. Some of you might be familiar with these. We have one in the 4th and 5th grade room at the church. I think I've used one during in-gathering before. And if River Pazant's watching, I know that he showed us one during show and tell during our Zoom meeting last week for the online Sunday school. And this is the stick that I strike the bell with to make a sound. So we're going to practice listening carefully to the sound of the bell, and we're going to be following our breath. We're going to do a meditation exercise with the bell, and to begin, settle into your spot and close your eyes. Okay, you're sitting well, your eyes are closed. You can also lay down for this if you'd like. Bring your awareness to your ears. I'm going to ring the bell in just a moment, and listen carefully. Listen to the whole sound of the bell until you cannot hear it anymore. Ready? Listen for how many sounds you can hear outside the room. If you keep your body really quiet for a minute, listen for how many sounds you can hear inside the room. I'm going to ring the bell one more time, and when you cannot hear the sound of the bell anymore, raise your hand. What sounds did you hear? It's okay if you didn't know what the sound was. Just describe what you heard. If there was a loud sound, how did you feel when you heard it? Now I'd like for you to think about how many breaths you can take while the bell is ringing. One breath consists of an in-breath and an out-breath together. So in, out, that's one breath. Please just breathe naturally. There's no need to make the breath any different than what it usually is. And you can count on your fingers if you wish. And when you can't hear the sound of the bell anymore, raise your hand. All right, let's close our eyes again. I'm going to ring the bell now and begin counting your breaths until you can no longer hear the bells ringing. I think I only got 3 breaths in there. How about you? And try it one more time. Count how many breaths you can do while the bell is ringing. Ready? Just breathe normal. I think I still get about 3 in there. How about you? All right, so that was just a very short introduction. And in the next few weeks, we'll be doing a little bit more with this. And our meditations will be different each week, whether it's that we're thinking about our breath or thinking about our body or trying to lay still while I read something. We're going to try it in a few different ways. So I hope that you'll join me. And I hope that you will enjoy a moment to just relax and quiet your mind a little bit. And this week, maybe you can go out in nature and think about some beautiful things that are outside and what you might be able to just watch and observe for a little while. Maybe you see a little bug crawling along the sidewalk, or maybe you see a flower that's really interesting and you want to study its petals. So that is your homework for the week. Thank you for being here. I'm going to extinguish our chalice. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. Thanks for joining me.